This is Autoline This Week, the show that gets you inside the global automotive industry. Autoline This Week partnered with the Consulate General of Canada in Detroit to produce this episode. And now, here is your host, John McElroy.
On today's show, we're going to be talking all about Subaru because we've got the Chief Executive and President of Subaru of America coming on Autoline This Week today. Tom Dahl, please join us right in here right now.
Morning, Don. How are you? Great to see you again.
I'm doing terrific, Tom, and it's so terrific to have you on the show. Well, I've also got to introduce the other journalists who will be joining us, my colleagues, including Omari Gardner from Automotive News. Good morning, Omari.
Morning.
Good seeing you there.
Great to see you.
And we've got Steve Finley from Ward's Intelligence. Hello, Steve.
Hey, everybody. Good to be here.
Well, let's get into the conversation. Tom, as we all know, the automotive market has really taken a hit because of this pandemic. Sales stink, but Subaru not doing as bad as everybody else. In fact, you've picked up some market share. Do you see any other signs of life out there?
Well, just like everybody else, when this thing started back around March 15th, the middle of the month, we were off to a very good start to the year. We thought we were going to have our 13th year of sales increases and our 12th consecutive year of record earnings and sales. But unfortunately, it's like the dog running and it suddenly hits the leash and suddenly the neck pops back and you're sprung back into something that you never expected was going to happen. Although I think we thought probably a week or two before that something was going to happen with the economy because remember the NCAA tournament got shut down. A lot of the sporting events got shut down, but never did I think they were going to close the entire economy down. And so far, we're down through the first 6 months of the year. We're down about 21%. The industry's down about 24%, as you said. We had in terms of market share in June, we had our best market share month ever. We had 4.8% total market share. And on retail, if you exclude the fleet and the other stuff that gets added into that, we had about a 5.4% market share. So, but we're still down, right? I mean, we were down 12% roughly in June. March and April, we were down 47% in each of those months, recovered in May. May we were down about, 17, 18%. And then in June, we were down about 12%. So every month it's gotten a little bit better from a sales standpoint. And June was really not too bad, all things considered, because our day supply is now getting to be quite low. We've only got about a 28-day supply of inventory. And some of our key product lines, the four horsemen, as we call them, the Outback, the Forester, the Crosstrek, and the Ascent, those day supplies are very, very low. So efficiency is going to be key in July in order for us to be able to sustain our momentum.
Say, Tom, a lot of the automakers were putting out some pretty generous incentives in March and April. It was absolutely necessary. I know you're not a big fan of incentives, but what do you think of that? I mean, nobody is a big fan of incentives on the automaker side, but sometimes they're a necessary evil, right?
Right. Well, Steve, it's a good question. One of the things I've learned over the years, of course, I've been around a long time and seen a lot of the cycles up and down and have been through, I like to say I'm a veteran of this industry. And something that happened the way that it happened, how quickly it happened, and how abruptly the market went from like a 16.8, 16.9% annual selling rate down to 13 or less so quickly. To me, I think it's one of these things you want to try to take a step back and see what's actually going to happen. You don't want to panic too much because if you do, and you put your incentives on too quickly, you're basically giving profit away. You have to kind of see where the market's going to settle in at, and then you make a determination as to whether or not you need to sustain your market share based upon where the market ultimately shakes out. So that's what we did. We worked with our parent company, and we always we believe me when I tell you. I mean, I've been around a long time, and probably I've been here for 38 years, and probably for half of those 38 years, this is a company and a brand that struggled. And we know putting on incentives and the brand damage that can cause, it's irreparable if you try to go to that too quickly. So what we decided to do is, rather than offering a lot of cash back to customers, we went to 0% route. So we have 0% on our Outback, Forester, and Ascent models, as well as our 2 sedan with the Impreza and with the Legacy. But that's basically the extent to what we're doing. And it's not really costing us all that much because we're in a period of historically low interest rates.
Right.